Welcome back to our channel, where we update the most exciting, surprising, and dramatic developments of today's most attractive TV series. If you are a fan of intricate stories, buried secrets, and unpredictable twists in powerful families, don't take your eyes off the screen. And remember, click follow and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any upcoming developments. While everyone in the mansion is still absorbed in seemingly unrelated stories, a shocking truth has begun to creep in and smolder like an underground fire waiting to erupt. Vernon, with his suspicious nature and tough personality, who is not easily fooled by anyone, has begun to notice Martin's strange and inconsistent behavior. Who had long been considered a gentleman, calm and uninvolved with any dark forces in the family. However, the truth was quite the opposite. A series of scattered pieces from secret meetings, hidden documents, and intentionally interrupted conversations caused Vernon to start secretly investigating. He could not have imagined that what he discovered would be so shocking that it could destroy the entire fragile structure of power and trust in the Dupree family. The secret that Vernon accidentally discovered was related to Martin's hidden past, a past that no one expected and that Martin had spent his whole life covering up. It turns out that Martin is not only a man who used a false identity to infiltrate the upper class, but also directly involved in the death of a highly influential figure in politics. A death that for many years, the victim's family believed was an accident. But the truth was hidden by Martin in a dark compartment of the past. Martin had been involved in a sophisticated financial manipulation and fraud ring, and he took advantage of the trust of his relatives to erase all traces leading to him. However, the documents that Vernon had in his hands, although incomplete, were enough to confirm that Martin was not as innocent as he had always shown. When Vernon confronted Martin on a tense night, the atmosphere between them became so suffocating that it could be cut with a knife. Martin, knowing that the secret could be exposed at any moment, completely lost control. He was no longer the calm, thoughtful man he had been, but a cornered beast. Without warning, without a moment to restrain himself or reason to think, Martin had pounced on Vernon like a madman. It was not just a fist blow out of anger, but a series of insane acts of violence intended to silence Vernon forever. The room where the attack took place quickly turned into a crime scene. Blood soaked the carpet, furniture was broken, and Vernon lay motionless in a terrifying position. When the maid discovered him, Vernon was unconscious and had lost a lot of blood. An ambulance was called immediately, and the whole family was shocked when the ambulance siren rushed to the mansion in the middle of the night. No one understood what was happening, but Martin's confused and cold sweaty look said it all. At the hospital, doctors are fighting for Vernon's life. Meanwhile, the police are starting to get involved. The incident is no longer just an accident, but quickly becomes a serious investigation with all the signs of a deliberate attack. Martin knows that time is running out, and he begins to calculate his next move to escape. But while Martin is trying to avoid the consequences, other pieces of the puzzle Vernon left behind are starting to come to light. Vernon's personal computer, which Martin fortunately did not destroy, contains a series of documents, photos, and recordings that detail shady dealings involving Martin, and possibly a network much larger than anyone imagined. The attack on Vernon comes as a shock to the family. Relatives begin to piece together all of Martin's strange actions over the past several months. Some suddenly recalled Martin's late-night phone calls, secret meetings that no one knew about, or seemingly irrational financial decisions that were explained with convincing reasons. But now, everyone knew they had been duped by someone they trusted, even admired. Anger and betrayal spread like a plague. And one by one the family began to question whether the relationships and assets they held were built on truth or were just part of Martin's dark plan. Meanwhile, Martin does not stop. Knowing that the truth is about to be completely exposed, he begins to find ways to cover his tracks, bribe witnesses, and, if necessary, silence more people forever. But what he does not expect is that Vernon, even in a coma, has managed to send an automated email containing all the evidence to a private lawyer of the family, whom Vernon trusts completely. The email not only incriminates Martin, but also reveals a list of people involved, including family members who have always kept a perfect cover. The battle is no longer just between Martin and Vernon, but now becomes a confrontation between light and darkness. Between the truth and the false masks that have existed for too long in the upper-class world of the Dupree family, the hospital becomes not only a place to fight for Vernon's life but also the center of a political and financial storm that is about to erupt. With each passing hour, media corporations begin to hunt for news, police increase pressure, investors panic, and public opinion is in turmoil. Martin knows he is standing on the edge of the abyss. But is he willing to drag his entire family down with him to cover up his crimes, or will he choose to face it all? Thank you for following the dramatic developments in this story. Don't forget to subscribe and follow our channel so you don't miss any upcoming shocking details. See you in the next updates, where the secrets will continue to be exposed and the shocks will be even greater.